Okay, this is my audience. Okay. It's the teacher that makes the difference, not the classroom. A quote by Michael Portugal, and that can directly be applied to the comparison of different education systems around the world. From learning our ABCs to walking across the stage with our diplomas, education plays a vital role in our lives. It's because of education that we are given a chance to make a living in the future and broaden our horizons with learning. As a result of thorough research and an interest in aspects of various cultures around the world, I have been able to discover the similarities as well as differences in the education system here in the United States compared to that of Portugal. When comparing the educational entities of the United States and Portugal, one must realize that there are many distinct differences as well as similarities in the aspects of primary level education as well as secondary, and that's what I would like to share with you today. First, I would like to share how primary education of both countries compares to one another. The United States has similarities in style as well as differences compared to the Portugal education system. The Portugal education system and primary schools, which we in the United States call elementary schools, is referred to as first cycle and goes to the 4th grade and requires similar enrollment processes, according to primary education in Portugal. Here in the United States, we have elementary schools, as they're called, and they start kindergarten and go to 5th grade. But in Portugal, they start in 1st grade and go to 4th grade, so that's a difference. The school days in Portugal are shorter, but the average amount of days both countries go to school and attend is the same, according to Portugal Guide School Calendar. We go 180 days, and they also go 180 days, but the days are shorter. They go 6 to 6.5 hours, and we go 7 to 7.5 hours. The primary education in Portugal also says children in Portugal start school similarly at the same age to those in the United States, except kindergarten is not included in first cycle schooling. It's excluded, unlike here in the United States. Next, let's see how secondary education in both of these wonderful countries compares and contrasts to one another. The secondary education system of the United States has several identical factors, but also contrasting areas compared to that of Portugal. The grading scale used here in the United States is slightly different to that of Portugal, which is a scale of 10 to 20 compared to the 0 to 100 range in the United States, ranging from satisfactory to excellent, states Portuguese grading system. Here on my right, I have a U.S. and Portugal grading system scale, the United States on the right and Portugal on the left. As you can see, the 20 to 18 range is excellent, the 11 to 10 range is sufficient, being the lowest, and here on the United States side, we have 0 to 100 scale, and the A is a 90 to 100, which is excellent, and the F is 0 to 59, unsatisfactory, and that can vary in different parts of the United States. Normally, secondary students in Portugal have to learn at least 2 foreign languages, while here in the United States, 1 or none are required according to school and education. But like I said before, this can vary across the United States. Technical as well as vocational education is offered in Portugal for those in the 3rd cycle of schooling, which is high school here in the United States. Some high schools offer it here, says Ensino Secundario. And that would be like your trade schools and things like that if you might not want to go to college or something like that and just take up a career in that field. So, in conclusion, as my research shows, it can easily be shown how alike and how divergent both primary and secondary education is here in the United States and Portugal. Something they both certainly have in common is they both are making sure to educate young people and are trying to prepare them for their future. Remember, like Michael Portugal said, it's the teacher that makes the difference, not the classroom. Thank you for listening. I'm glad to have you all here today.